Motherhood is a beautiful journey, and for everything that is beautiful, there is always a price to be paid. And these prices often come as challenges. Okay, to me, motherhood is like a flight. There is time for takeoff and there is time for landing. Some flights are smooth and there are flights with turbulence. There are pilots with long hours and there are pilots with short hours. Just like motherhood, what matters the most is the destination. My name is Yasmin and I bring you the flight of motherhood. So basically, today I decided to share my journey of motherhood. Well, where do I start? Let me start from the moment that I realized it has really happened. All right. Well, for me, it didn't come like as a shock because for us, we had planned for it, right? And it's something that we had been praying for like for some time, not like a long time. Because immediately we got married, we moved in, and then we started life together. Then after like, I think it was like a month or two. Yeah, it is. It's when it happened. And for me and my husband, when we were getting married, we knew very well that we needed a baby. All right. So the reason for us getting married, it was one of the major reasons. You know, having a baby was a top reason for us, right? Yeah. So now the pregnancy is here, all right? So let me say this. Number one, when I felt like, something like some butterflies in my stomach, number one, I did not conclude like immediately, all right? Because before this now, let me say like I've had some health issues here and there. So that is why I wasn't to know like so sure that I was pregnant. So number one, I took a test. After that, I confirmed that it was positive. And oh, let me tell you guys, it was like the best moment. So now after this, it's funny because I did not like inform my husband like immediately. It took me 2 months now for me to sit him down and explain to him that you know what, we are expecting a baby, right? And I remember at one point I really wanted to wait for the first scan, because usually during the first scan they can confirm to you the baby's gender, right? And although for us we did not have any problem with whether it's a boy or a girl, we were just okay with any type of gender, all right? So now after 2 months is when I disclosed to my husband that I'm pregnant, and we were both happy. Yeah, and because we had been praying for it, of course we sat down, we prayed, and we thank God for the news. All right. So let me say that was one of our first miracles after marriage. you know, being pregnant within a very short while. Despite that, the pregnancy being planned, okay, there were some issues here and there. Let me say personally, number one, I was happy, but I think as time went by, in like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months Apple, now I started panicking. Because we are used to hearing stories about being pregnant, how things are when it comes to the time to for you to deliver, the scary stuff that come with it. So these things used to freak me out, guys. I used to freak out like completely. And I remember for 7 months none of our family members knew that I was pregnant. Like none, literally none. My side of family and his side of family. For us, we decided to keep it low, because it was so funny, because even we never had baby shower, by the way. We did not do a baby announcement. We did not like call both our families, come and announce to them that we are pregnant, that this and that. No. So for us, we kept it like a low, we kept it on the low up until when I was approaching 9 months. Yeah. Because now, during this time now, it's when you ready yourself, you have to, look for someone to help you out, after you deliver. Plus those last days, somehow they are challenging. The last days, before now delivery. So that is now when we call upon now, we tell the mom, my husband's mom and my family, we are expecting a baby. We would like, to have someone to help us out. And they came in handy. So, fast forward, pregnancy has been confirmed. I have started my clinics, and everything is just, flowing smoothly. Let me say, for me, the most challenging thing that I used to go through is the morning sickness for me. Because, and then the funniest thing about this morning sickness, it used to happen like a certain time. Wow. To my shock, like for instance, I used to puke exactly at 11 a.m. in the morning, like exactly 11 a.m. Can you guys imagine? And then I used to wake up at 3 a.m. or 3 a.m. I used to have a meal at 3 a.m. And then I would wake up at around 6 again to maybe have like a fruit. And then now, one of the things that used to piss me off the most, wow, is not looking for a position to sleep. Oh my. That thing used to break me up, eh? Because now, for instance, like you go to bed, you are sleepy. I used to go to bed when I'm already sleepy, because I used to work from morning to evening, and I worked from morning to evening the entire period, the entire pregnancy period. Because now the last day of me working it was the exact day that I gave birth to my baby. As in, I came from work going to the hospital the same day. So guys, you can imagine, I used to have like a long day working, but for me, I never. Okay, I'm not complaining because it used to work for me well. I did not have like any challenges with my pregnancy. The only challenge I have is during the first 3 months. Okay, the first month, second month were like a bit smooth, but now the third month it was worse. I used to puke. I used to, to spit, those kind of stuff. And then now my craving now came in handy. Wow. I used to crave a lot of stuff, but surprisingly, I used only to crave like, vienyeji stuff. When I say vienyeji stuff, I only used to crave like, like boiled maize, boiled corn. I used to crave sweet potatoes, pumpkins, squash, that kind of stuff, and fruits most of the time, especially avocado. All right, avocado, grapes, salmon, fish fillet, those are the kind of things that I used to crave. So now, 3 months are done. Now we are on the 4th month. Okay, and I think on the 4th month, my pregnancy bump was not even it wasn't noticeable, by the way, because I remember like one of my friends noticed my baby bump at around when I was towards 8 months, because body wise I'm small, and my baby bump was not, it wasn't like that big. It was just, a small shape. So 6 months, okay, after now 4 months, 5 months, I'm just flowing so well, no problems. I'm eating healthy, a lot of vegetables, fruits. I'm doing basically everything in the house, all the duties that a woman can do in the house. If it's cleaning, I used to do. If it's cooking, I used to do. Working, I would work, very well. No problem at all. All right. So now, at around 6 months, now I started feeling like, what, something is happening in my body. Like now I'm experiencing changes now. And perhaps, and per se, I never experienced, this thing of, like stretch mark and stuff and all that. I never experienced that now up until I gave birth. It's when all my stretch marks came. All right. So basically, let me say my pregnancy was a smooth one. All right. No challenges at all. No headache, no backache, no nothing, nothing at all. It was just a smooth one. Now, one of the things that I found challenging for me is during the rainy days. Because now during the rainy days, I used to feel so lazy. I used to sleep a lot. I used to sleep a lot. I could even get, late for work. All right. And considering that, when it rains, definitely it's gonna get cold. And then now the baby used to kick. And of course, that was so painful. For the moms that are watching this video, I hope you can relate. It was so painful. So now 6 months are here. Everything is flowing well. 7 months now, here we come. And now I start to feel now a lot of weight, on my lower abdomen. Because now by this time, the baby is all grown. I don't know if you guys understand this. In 7 months, the baby is usually like all grown. Not like fully grown, but you feel a lot of weight, on your lower abdomen. But one of the things that I thank Allah for is that I never experienced, like, sometimes some people, as we share, some people would say, I sometimes I feel like, breaking down. Sometimes I'm not unable to walk. Sometimes I'm unable to wake up. None of this, by the way, I did not experience none of this. So 7 months we pass now. 8 months here come. Wow. Now my baby bump is a little bit noticeable now. And your girl was glowing. Oh my gosh. I had like this attractive glow on my body. And by then, McHugh, I did not have like breakouts. I was just normal. My body was just okay, The only change that I have is the baby bump. Are you getting, guys? And then I had a little bit of weight. Let me say a little bit, because I think I only shoot with around, I think it was around 8 kgs from my normal weight that I had during the time before now getting pregnant. So your girl was just okay, So now 8 months now we are okay, we are pushing well. And now, I have done like my last scan and the baby is okay and everything is confirmed. So now I ready myself now for 9 months, because now I was so sure after 9 months, girl, you are gonna push this human out of your body. So on my last clinic, the exact date I was, the exact date that I had explained to the doctor that I got pregnant is the exact date that I was due with my baby. Are you guys getting this? Yani everything just went smooth to the last point. Can you guys relate? Oh my, I was the happiest lady ever. So the date that I had discussed with the doctor is the exact same date that I was due. So 9 months are here. I think it was it 39 weeks, if I'm not wrong. I think it was 39 weeks. Yeah, 39 weeks. The baby is all grown. The scan is showing every organ is, well developed. And your girl is ready now to push out this human. I was just waiting for my due date, by the way. And now, the date now is here. And I never took a break, by the way, from work. I used to go to work, normally. And then it happens that one of these nights, after now coming from work, I get to home, we are very okay, we cook, we eat, we relax, watch a movie, and then we sleep. So now at around 2 a.m. in the morning, I start to feel a little bit of cramps. They could eat and disappear, they could eat and disappear. And then there is that one time, I just felt like one intense pain, from my spinal up to now the front side of the lower abdomen. And I was like, wow, girl, what is happening? Because no, there's, okay, I had Googled somewhere, because not the previous night we had liver. And I Googled somewhere that when you are pregnant, sometimes liver can, when you take too much liver, it can react, especially when you are due. And let me tell you guys, Mimi, I had panicked, because we had had, liver previously that night, and now we are asleep at around 2 a.m. And then when I feel this intense pain, I was like, oh my God, could my baby be in shock? What is happening? I'm having, painful stomachs or what? So now, at this time, I'm so panicked. I wake up my husband, I tell him, you know what, you need to go and get me a painkiller because manzi, the pain was so intense, I could not even walk. I go to the toilet, nothing is coming out, you know. I drink a lot of water, nothing is even helping. Wow. So guys, you can imagine from 2 a.m. I'm in pain up until around 8:30 in the morning is when I called now a friend of ours from Aga Khan Hospital. I explained to her what is happening, the feeling that I have had, you know, for around 5 hours, nothing is changing. I have had like first aid and nothing is helping at all. Now she tells me, I think you are due. She asks me, what is the date? I tell her. Then she tells me, I think now what is happening now, just go to the toilet, see if you have a spot of blood. If you don't have any spot, the only thing I can tell you is rush to the hospital. If you're in a place whereby you can call an ambulance, you can call it. Or maybe I can send one to you. Or perhaps you can order an Uber. So I go to the toilet and I try to, to pee. Everything was painful at this point, let me tell you. By then, everything was painful. Sitting down, walking, everything was painful. Even eating itself, it was also painful. So I see a spot of blood and I'm like, oh my, this thing is now, it's about to go down. Let me tell you, I panicked. I remember from that moment, I could really speak. And then the pain now increased, like twice the one that I was feeling now before. Wow. I was so much in pain to the extent that by the time we are ordering an Uber, oh my. When I remember this story, I just feel like crying, guys. Oh my. And I think for me, I just knew it was a moment of truth. I just knew it was a moment of truth. And let me say, it wasn't easy. But one of the things that I would like to, thank Allah for is the fact that I have a supportive husband. Because now from that moment to the hospital, I mean, I just went screaming, like I would scream, while in the Uber. As in, the pain was too much for me. Are you guys getting? My back is paining, my lower abdomen is so heavy. I mean, literally I was in so much pain. So to cut the story short, now we get to the hospital. The doc starts check me. They say, you know what, you are ready. So the only thing we are going to do is that we are going to induce you. All right. And now from there, I mean, everything just doubled. The pain, everything just went double now, like from 0 to 100 degrees. And now from here, I knew the only thing that I needed at this moment was intervention of Allah. All right. And I mean, everything just went so well up until after how many hours? After like 22 hours of labor is when we were able now to, is when I was able to deliver. Yeah. And one of the miracles that I really count on our baby, can you guys imagine that I delivered my baby at around 12, between 12 a.m., between 12:59 and 1 a.m. All right. So sometimes I even get confused. Which day should we celebrate the birthday? Because it was literally like I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. So, but one of the things that I would like to say thanks to Allah is the fact that the baby was so healthy. Everything, despite the pain, despite everything that I went through, I have a reason to smile. And I wish to cut this, this video at this point, because if I continue, it's gonna be so long. So guys, I never before, I don't want to go further. The rest of the story will be for another day, but for now, allow me to cut this from here. Allow me to cut this video on this point, at this point. And I think from here I shall see you on the next video. All right, and please remember to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you.